Hey everyone, I'm Kenny, founder of HiPark, an early stage startup based here in Seattle. And so many of you are building models, working on evaluating models, things like that. And so I'm going to make the argument that if you want to build the best quality AI models, you should be looking at your data more. Historically speaking, that was kind of the first step of good data science, is look at your data, get familiar with it. But as the size of data sets have grown, and they're largely unstructured text, the tools have not come up. And I would argue that it's Python's fault. So if we want to jump into the demo, so pretend you're building a model. You want to start off getting some data. It's the first step of it. So you might do something like go to Hugging Face, start looking for data sets. This is star coder data, which is a dump of GitHub. Each of those cells is actually an entire source file. So even kind of at a glance, you can't really get a good idea of what's in the data. So I did the first thing that any good data scientist would do. I pull it into a Jupyter notebook, and I think this really illustrates the problem with sort of current data tools and what Python does for interactive data exploration. With this table, you can't actually paginate, you can't see the full data, you can't do any of that. So I started with this idea that there could be better interfaces, interactive interfaces for exploring your data. 2/3 of all the data sets on Hugging Face are Parquet these days, and the rest get auto-converted. So I went looking for a JavaScript library to view Parquet files in the browser. It didn't exist, so I built it. It's open source. It's called HiPark Hey. You can check it out. And you can go to hyperparam.app today, and you can drop a Parquet file, like a data set. It doesn't upload it. It's entirely in the browser, and you can browse it, and you can look at it. And solves this problem of each of these very long, unstructured text data sets, web dumps, source code, conversation histories. You can double-click. You can see them on the side. And then the other important metric, which I really wanted to get here, is sorting. So there's a tweet from Andrej Karpathy from a couple years ago, and in many ways my company's built off this one tweet, which is if you take your data set and you sort it by loss, and you look at the extreme values, you're guaranteed to find something interesting and useful. And there's a follow-up, which is sort your data set by almost any metric, and you're guaranteed to find something useful. So I want to have the flow where you go in, you look at your data, you find something like a threshold, and you say, hey, everything above this, not good, throw it out. Aggressively cleaning, curating data set down to just sort of those gold examples. So this is a pattern that I've used many times as a data scientist. But if a person can do it, why can't a chat agent do it? I'm a little behind on the video. But basically, you've got an agent workflow, which is going to act like a data scientist looking at your data so that you can use the models to assist the user in going through all this data at massive scale. And it can do things like it can come up with hypotheses about data issues in your data sets. It can help you come up with filters and things like that. And so the bet is basically that this is the way that one person or a very small team of people could curate entire AI ML data sets single-handedly instead of having to use something, a contract with Scale AI or Snorkel or something like that. So yeah, that's that. Basically, if you have data sets that you want to look at, you can go to hyperparam.app today and drop them for free. The product itself with the chat is not launched yet, but I am looking for sort of early partners to test it out. And if you're excited about pushing the limits of what you can do in the browser with big data, we are hiring for front end. And if you're excited about building these agents to help curate data sets, also hiring for machine learning. So, thanks.